Welcome to the Daily AI News Digest. This broadcast is sponsored by bestai.org. Today is Thursday, June 18th, 2026. We're cutting through the standard industry noise to look directly at today's market realities. Let's get right into the data.
On the agenda today, we're covering the biggest market moves and talent realignments, the latest product and model realities, new regulation signals, the analyst's take, and a quick Market Watch outro.
Starting with Section 1, the biggest moves today, focusing on macro market shifts and talent realignments. Right now, the primary asset in the AI sector isn't compute. It's highly specialized human capital. The defining move today is Noam Shazeer leaving Google DeepMind to become head of architectural research at OpenAI. To really grasp the gravity of this shift, look at this number, $2.7 billion. That's the reported sum Google paid just 18 months ago to essentially bring Shazeer and his engineering team back to co-lead the Gemini project. Seeing him exit to a direct competitor so soon after that massive capital outlay points to a severe structural realignment of top-tier talent.
And this statement today from OpenAI's research lead, Mark Chen, illustrates exactly why Shazeer commands that level of institutional investment. Mark said, "A huge welcome to Noam Shazeer joining OpenAI as head of architecture research. His research contributions in transformer, MOE, and efficient decoding have profoundly shaped the development of modern AI." You see, Shazeer isn't just a standard engineering executive. He co-authored the seminal 2017 Attention is All You Need paper. His foundational work mathematically underpins almost every major large language model operating today. So OpenAI has effectively secured one of the industry's core architects ahead of their anticipated public offering.
Moving on to Section 2, Product and Model Realities. We'll break down the facts on capabilities and architectures.
Let's look at the verified progression in Nvidia's hardware cadence. We're comparing the currently shipping Blackwell B300 against the confirmed specs for the upcoming Vera Rubin VR200, which is slated for data center deployment in the second half of 2026. While both retain a 288 GB memory footprint, the VR200 shifts from HBM3E to HBM4. This pushes memory bandwidth from 8 terabytes per second up to 22 terabytes per second. Correspondingly, FP4 compute scales from about 15 petaflops to 50 petaflops. This is a cold, measurable 3.3x compute leap, and it's going to directly alter the economics of inference workloads for hyperscalers.
At the model layer, Anthropic has officially rolled out its newest generation on AWS, but with a bifurcated release strategy. On the left, we have Claude Fable 5, which is generally available. It includes strict safety classifiers, so if a prompt touches restricted domains like cybersecurity or biology, the system automatically falls back to the older Opus 4.8 model for the response and adjusts billing accordingly. But on the right, we have Claude Mythos 5. It has the exact same base capabilities, but strips away all safety classifiers. Because of the dual-use nature of these domains, Mythos 5 is highly restricted and only available to vetted clients under Project Glasswing. OpenAI is also shifting its operational model today by launching scheduled tasks for ChatGPT. This is a transition from a reactive chat interface to a proactive, asynchronous agent. Users can now set ChatGPT to execute actions or monitor connected applications in the background based on specific times or conditions. It's a functional step toward autonomous workflows, but OpenAI is putting strict compute governance in place. Right now, the feature is capped at a maximum of 15 active tasks for enterprise and pro-tier users.
Over in physical automation, Tesla just confirmed the engineering specs and timeline for the Optimus Gen 3 humanoid robot. The data indicates a shift from prototype to a production intent design, with manufacturing kicking off this summer at the Fremont facility. The defining mechanical update here is the hand architecture. We're looking at 22 degrees of freedom per hand, utilizing 50 total actuators. System-wide, the robot is powered by Tesla's AI5 chip, offering roughly 5 times the bandwidth of the previous generation. And for voice interactions, it's utilizing xAI's Grok model.
Next up is Section 3, Regulation, Policy, and Business Signals, focusing on enterprise risk and compliance deficits. This chart visualizes some newly released research from Veeam Software, surveying enterprise decision-makers across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. The crucial takeaway is this. While 99% of leaders agree data sovereignty is important, 72.5% of them are actively deprioritizing it in practice. They are deliberately sacrificing strict data controls and sovereignty mandates to accelerate their artificial intelligence rollouts. Quite simply,
The market pressure to deploy is currently overriding established defensive postures.
And the direct consequence of that rapid deployment is captured right here, 40%. 4 out of 10 enterprise leaders in the EMEA region now explicitly admit that the data utilized for AI and analytics constitutes their primary operational blind spot. They're feeding proprietary data into models without full visibility into where that data is going or who has access to it. It's a calculated yet severe compliance liability.
That brings us to Section 4, the analyst's take. Let's connect the market dots. First, we have to recognize that elite human capital is currently much more scarce than compute. Noam Shazeer's lateral move from Google to OpenAI proves that the strategic advantage in developing frontier models lies with a very small, specific cohort of engineers. Capital can buy data centers, sure, but scaling the architectures required for the next generation of artificial intelligence fundamentally relies on talent that just can't be easily replicated. Second, the hardware pipeline is directly dictating software capabilities. That 22 terabytes per second memory bandwidth we see confirmed in Nvidia's Vera Rubin architecture is exactly what's required to support the asynchronous, long-horizon tasks we're starting to see software companies deploy. Products like Claude Fable, 5's extended knowledge work, and ChatGPT's background scheduled tasks are only functionally possible because the silicon layer is effectively clearing the memory bottleneck.
Finally, as these agentic systems come online, enterprise adoption speed has entirely outpaced internal governance. That Veeam data indicating a widespread data blind spots is a massive signal. Organizations are rushing to implement these autonomous systems to maintain market parity, but by doing so they are generating huge, unquantified compliance liabilities, particularly around data sovereignty. This gap between rapid implementation and baseline security is simply unsustainable over the long term.
We'll wrap up with Section 5, the Market Watch outro, looking at upcoming milestones.
Through the remainder of 2026, the market is closely watching these specific milestones. By mid-year, Tesla's Cortex 2.0 supercomputer is expected to reach its full 500-megawatt capacity to train their physical models. In the second half of the year, we'll see the first hyperscaler data center deployments of Nvidia's Vera Rubin VR200. By late 2026, initial commercial deliveries of the Optimus 3 robot are targeted. And structurally, on December 1st, an updated Microsoft partner agreement automatically takes effect for cloud solution providers.
That concludes today's analysis of the market realities. Thank you for joining me for this broadcast. Remember to visit our sponsor, bestai.org, for continued objective analysis and resources. As we watch companies sacrifice data sovereignty for deployment speed, I'll leave you with this question to consider. When the inevitable regulatory audits arrive, will the operational speed gained today offset the compliance costs of tomorrow? Until next time, stay focused on the facts.